Everything I do to generate income for this business happens inside 2 hours a day. Not because I'm limited to 2 hours, but because that is genuinely all it takes. So here's exactly what's in them. Okay, so 2 hour workday. What actually goes into that to make sure that you are generating income, right? So in this model that I'm following with the Legacy Builders program, you do 30 minutes of answering email and responding to comments. This is where you are making connections with your audience. This is just talking to people, y'all. That's it. That is it. Then you spend an hour creating and posting content. That is it. 1 hour a day. So I also want to caveat this. We are also taught inside the program how to use AI to help us with some of these tasks. So I want to take a minute here and talk about the content creation, because you may be like, I don't know how to create content. I'm not a content creator. Yes, you can be, because what you do is you figure out who you are speaking to, which is usually a younger version of yourself. And then all you do is you talk to them. What would you need to hear, 5, 10 years ago to say yes to what you're doing right now? And that's all I'm doing. What would I need to have heard to have taken this leap? And you're just creating content off of that. I actually feed that into AI and it spits back out ideas, and I go back and forth with it and just plan what I want to talk about that week in my content. So what this actually looks like, your content, all it is 3 short videos a day, 3 stories a day. That's it. And I plan all of that with AI. Now, I do kind of rearrange part of my 2 hour workday, and one day a week, I spend an hour prepping for the next week's content. And that shaves time off of what I need to do for my 2 hour workday during the rest of the week. So a little bit of extra time on one day shaves off more time for me later. That is what works for my schedule. Some people in the community create their content and post it all in one day, which is great. My brain does not work like that. I like to have a plan, and so that's what I do. And then we spend 30 minutes posting free ads. So I'm going to hold this up. Take a screenshot if you want, but this is the 2 hour workday. These are all the income generating activities that need to be done to make this digital marketing business thrive. And you know why? Because the whole system is automated. So all of the sales kind of things that you and I really don't like doing. I don't like selling. I feel icky. But what I do love doing is sharing hope and sharing information. I love teaching, if you couldn't tell. So yes, I don't have to do any of the selling. The automation does that for me. So all of this is possible to create and build a business that can then allow you to completely change your life and leave a legacy for your family, is done in 2 hours a day because of the automation. You don't have to do it. And this can be true for any kind of online business that you do. If you automate your systems, then you can cut down on how long it takes you to do your income generating activities. And this is what I love about everything that I'm learning in the Legacy Builders program, because everything that I'm learning is applicable elsewhere. I don't just have to keep it to this business. Once I have built this business to where I want it to be, then I can take what I have learned and apply it to other things. And that's the beautiful part. It's skills that I'm learning. Skills. You can't take that away from me anymore. I've got it. Now, I do want to take a moment and talk about this YouTube channel. If you didn't notice, I didn't say anything about posting long form videos like this one in the 2 hour workday model. That part I do extra, but I've learned it doesn't take that much longer. And it is something that we learn about inside the program. But again, it's not necessary to build the digital marketing business. I have a separate YouTube channel where I talk about brain health from a holistic and functional medicine point of view. My channel there is at Dr. Lexi Watson, and that business is called Oakley Wellness. So that's a whole separate side. So I've already got experience with doing more long form YouTube videos. And that's the reason why I decided to go ahead and start this with Roots and Margin. Most of the time, our community members will build on the short form content. And then if they want to start a YouTube channel later, they can. But it's not usually the place that we start. Now, this does not take me much extra time because my content planning is in that hour that I plan the next week's content. It takes me about 15 to 20 minutes to film the video and another 15 to 30 minutes to edit and schedule the video. But again, I have experience with that. So I've already learned those things. And now I'm able to plug and play, just like when you learn how to do the 2-hour workday, you can plug and play this into other things as well. It's the same kind of concept. Now, again, I want to hold this up so you can screenshot it. There we go. 3, 2, 1. Awesome. Or you could, just pause the video. That works too. Okay, 2-hour workday sounds great though. But what is the actual importance of it? And that is because it frees up the other 22 hours in your day to do other things. So imagine with me for a moment. What if you could get a full 8 hours sleep? What if you had all that extra time to spend with your family, to plan fun things to do together and actually do them and make those memories together? What if you were able to build your wealth to the point where you could then fund your children's dreams, send them to college if they want to, so that they can come out of college debt free, fund a startup business for them, whatever it is? How cool would that be to be able to do that, to then leave and continue that legacy for your kids? That's my goal. First, we want to be able to get out of student loan debt. Pharmacy school and PA school are not cheap. Then we want to be able to have kids. Every specialist we've been to has come down to the fact that my body doesn't feel safe enough in the financial stress that we are under with our student loans to be able to get pregnant. So having children and building a family is what we want to do to be able to build and leave a legacy. I want to be able to homeschool our kids, grow our homestead here in Tennessee. I would love to be able to feed my family for a whole year with everything that we have grown or raised on our homestead. That is success for me. We would love to be able to build a second home on our property so that we can bring parents up to live with us. We would love to be able to fund the education of our future kids. We've even talked about getting into the rental property business. To travel. We actually want to go to every national park and every state park in Tennessee and Alabama, because I'm from Alabama, but we live in Tennessee. So we have a lot of places that we want to go to see our beautiful country and the world. But most importantly, it's really the time with my family that I value most. I don't want to be in my 60s, 70s, 80s, God willing, 90s, and look back and regret all the moments that I missed. I don't want to do that. Is that something that you're struggling with? Missing moments? Are you absent? Are you there physically, but maybe not fully there mentally for your kids or your spouse? That's where we've been, and it sucks. That is the freedom that I'm looking forward to, that I'm building towards, and that you can too. Our founder, Michelle, calls herself a hope dealer, and I love that. So now I get to be a hope dealer too. You can get all of your income generating activities done in 2 hours a day. What would you do with the other 22 hours? You know what? Let me know below. And if you want the blueprint to being able to have a 2-hour day workday and use it to create daily pay, go to this website right here, rootsandmargin.com. It's also linked in the description below, and grab the blueprint. It happens to be free. Okay, go ahead and grab it and get started building your legacy. I can't wait to hear from you. Be sure to like and subscribe so you can stay for more, and I'll see you in the next video.